If you build it, they will come. I promise you right now, if you build a store online, they don't come. No one comes. You have to market. You have to get your products out there. I don't care if you're selling the coolest, latest gadget, gizmo, whatever it is. If you don't market correctly, it's going to sound like crickets at midnight. Welcome to the Because I Can Live podcast. Hi, I'm Alison, and I am so glad you're here because if you can't tell by the sound of my voice, I get a little geeky when it comes to talking about marketing and how to grow your business. And so today's podcast episode, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to show you the top 5 things that were absolute needle movers in my business and in the students that I get to teach. Why? Because they worked. And why do I want to share them with you? Because I want your business to grow even bigger in 2021. All right, so before we dive into that, I want to tell you what just happened on Cyber Monday. Yes, I geeked out a little bit about the numbers that were coming in on all the sales during Cyber Monday. Okay. All right. I told you this is going to be a geeky one. We're going to talk numbers in the beginning, and then I'm going to dive into those top 5 things. But it is totally worth it because it's going to show you what is possible. It's going to show you just how much room there is out there for you, for your product, for you to get out there and serve the world. Yeah, your products that you sell, t-shirts, to headbands, to shoes, to socks, they serve other people. And so I want to help you get your products out to the world more, serve them, put more money in your pocket. All right, so let's dive into some of these totally geeky, but yet very satisfying number facts. All right, so in Bloomberg, I read over the last few years, the number of sales that there were on Cyber Monday. So 2018, there was $7.9 billion with a B dollars spent in e-commerce on Cyber Monday. 2019, $9.4 billion. And then 2020 is $12.7 billion. Yes, 2020 brought in double digits in the billions. Now, to me, that just seems like a really, really big number. I want to know, how did that impact the number of sales online? What part of retail sales were online? So that's when I dug into Bank of America and found that over the last 10 years, okay, I hope you're sitting down for this one because yes, the billion was exciting, the double digits in billion, but this one gave me a little bit more, I felt like I could grasp these numbers a little bit more. Okay, so Bank of America reported that over the last 10-year span, all the way back to 2010, we went from 5.6% of retail sales to about 16%. So we're looking at about a 10.4% growth over 10 years. Then we have March hit. Middle of March, the world shuts down. People are forced to start buying online. And in 8 weeks alone, we went from 16 to 27%. So we had an 11% growth in 8 weeks. Yeah. Right now, what's happening is the land rush of today. And no, it's not over. 2021, more people are used to buying online. 2021 is just going to get bigger. Now is your time. Now is your space. Now the world is saying, please start selling online. Please keep trying to get your products to me. And in today's podcast, I'm going to show you 5 things going to help you to move that needle. E-commerce is strong right now. You're in the right business. But I do want to put a little asterisk by there by saying, if you build your e-commerce business, they don't come. Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams, screwed our brains up by saying, if you build it, they will come. I promise you right now, if you build a store online, they don't come. no one comes. You have to market. You have to get your products out there. I don't care if you're selling the coolest, latest gadget, gizmo, whatever it is. If you don't market correctly, it's going to sound like crickets at midnight without the lights on. And I'm not going to allow that. Can I just say that? So that's why I want to share these things with you. Super tactical things that have worked for my business and the students that I get to teach, which I'll tell you what, I love teaching. God, it's so fun. And it's so fun to hear what happens when they actually implement the stuff that I teach. I actually have a podcast episode coming up, and I just based it all on lies, lies that our brains tell us as to why we cannot start. So that podcast episode is coming up. It will be a fabulous one. So make sure that you have subscribed so you don't miss an episode around this, because I have a feeling there's some excuses in your head that you've been fighting on if you should or should not start an e-commerce business. Here's a spoiler alert. You should start your business. You should. All right, so let's dive into the number one thing that helped move the needle this year in our business. This had to do with telling a story on how we solved a problem. So let me give you a concrete example. So I still sell products online. Yes, I do. I teach what I do because then I get to stay fresh in the market and share the best of the best with you. What we did is we took these tins. They were tins that held cookies. And we went and we put them on a dill site, DEAL site. I know some people say I say dill like dill pickle. I cannot hear the difference between those two words. Just telling you, I'm doing my best. But we put those up on a dill site and we sold them and we ended up selling 16. And I was like, oh, 16? Yeah, that's not fun. So what we did instead is we actually redid the pictures, and we put this cookie canister in a bathroom and held it as a scrunchie organizer. Because what's trending right now? Scrunchies are everywhere. People are selling them. People are using them. I just feel like scrunchies are everywhere. And so what's going to happen? Scrunchies are going to clutter up the bathroom. And so we decided to solve that clutter problem and have people put their scrunchies in these canisters. And we ended up selling out. So it took ourselves from around $80 to over $700 by taking the exact same product and using it as a problem solver. That's all we did. That's pretty cool, right? And then as I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, what else can we organize? What else is trending out there? Face masks. Oh my goodness. How many face masks can I find from my garage door to my kitchen? There's like a whole trail of them, right? So start thinking about what can your product do to go and help someone else's issue. Now, I put that as number one, but you're going to hear me say it over and over and over again, is if you're selling stuff, people are not going to buy. If you're selling something that solves a problem, people are going to buy. No one wanted a cookie container. Everybody's like, I got plenty of cookies during Christmas. A scrunchie holder to organize all my scrunchies? Sign me up. Okay, so next thing that I want to talk about, this one is super fun. If you wanted to grow your Instagram, but you didn't quite know how to do it, okay, that's one side of it. And then the other side is, have you ever wanted to get more engagement on your Instagram? All right, I actually worked this 2 times. We did it once with our pillow business and once with the Alison J. Prince Instagram. So I know it works, and I got to hear the results from the people that I was doing this with. So that kind of gave a little bit away. Is we did an Instagram giveaway, but for people to enter into the giveaway, they actually had to go to the direct message and tell us they wanted in. All right, so let me give you a concrete example. All right, so I got together with 8 other stores on Instagram, people that owned online stores. So there was 9 of us together. And what we did is we all took a picture. So it was a collage of 9 different small business owners. And what we said in the post was, hey, we've got something for you. We all want to give you something, whether it was a coupon code, whether it was a freebie, something to help people feel loved. But the only way they could get it is if they went to direct messages and told us that they wanted it. And then another piece that we added is that we asked them to like all of the stores, all the small business owners, Instagram accounts that were participating. So not only did we see a bump in followers, our direct messages went bonkers. And we got so many direct messages about, yes, I want it. Yes, I want it. And we were able to start conversations with our customers, helping them to come over and either get on our email list, make a sell. And I felt like that was such a win-win because all 9 business owners were able to use their traffic to help everybody grow on a larger scale. I also did this on my Alison J. Prince account. I got together with 5 other podcasters. So there were 6 of us total. And what we said is we wanted to let them in on a private call, and they got to hear some of the conversations that we had. With that one alone, we said, okay, follow all 6 accounts and then DM us and we will send you the link to be able to get into that call. On that one, I had over 2,000 new followers, which, oh my goodness, I'm super excited about 2,000 new followers. And then after we did the call, we asked them to go rate and review the podcast. And I got over 200 reviews on the podcast. So that was such a win-win. So when you're trying to grow your business, work with others, leverage social media. And instead of just saying, leave a comment, tag a friend, get them over into your DMs, because that's going to show Instagram that what you got going on is pretty darn cool to show the rest of the world. And you can even go check them out on my Instagram account at AlisonJPrince.com. And the one that I did with some fabulous e-commerce friends, I posted it on April 6th. So if you need a way to grow your Instagram and help with the engagement, that knocked it out of the park this year. Whoa, I got to interrupt this podcast episode to tell you of something phenomenal that's coming up. On January 11th, I'm going to be doing what's called a 5-day sprint to helping you find your perfect product to sell online. I'm going to show up for 5 days and we're going to dive in deep to help you find the thing that you want to sell online. Why am I doing this? And why am I doing it for free? It's because it's my number one question that I get asked. Alison, I want to start an e-commerce store, but I don't know what to sell. And then another one is, I'm watching you. It's taken you forever to find your perfect product. So let me just show you how to do it. Let's dive in. I'm going to show up live. So here's the deal. The Facebook group is opening on December 28th. And we're going to be doing a whole bunch of pre-party giveaways to get you excited for the countdown that's going to start on January 11th. It's free, my friend. Hop in becauseIcanlife.com/sprint. Like I said, it'll be open on December 28th. So put that on your calendar so you can get into the pre-party giveaways. And then we're going to kick it off for 5 days in a row to help you find your perfect product online. And guess what? We actually had people making money during those 5 days. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun to help you pay down some of your credit card holiday bills. Let's do it. Let me show you how. I'm excited to see you in there. And remember, it's becauseIcanlife.com/sprint. Okay, the third thing. I hope you're writing all this stuff down because it's so good. Okay, emails. Emails are king, queen, all the time. They can outbeat social media any day of the week. You having a strong email list is vital to your business because this is what we found out. So I have a student who has been growing her business on Shopify, building her email list. And what she did is after she listened to Venus Howell podcast on how she grew $20,000 in a month, she decided to open up an Etsy store. And so she opened up her Etsy store. And the email list that she has been growing, she wrote an email and said, hey, why don't you go check out my new Etsy store? She sent a whole bunch of traffic over to Etsy, did over $6,000 in sales on Etsy, got over 200 reviews, and that triggered the Etsy algorithm for the Etsy to start showing her products to other people and is now consistently making sales. So when people are like, oh, I posted on Etsy and it didn't work, probably You got to do tricks and fancy schmancy things over there. But if you want to cheat the legal way, use your email list, the one that you are growing, and throw people over to there to help trigger that. So yes, you can have sales coming in from Etsy. Yes, you can have sales coming into your store. You don't always have to send them to Etsy, but you can just get that one going. Maybe you have you want to start an Amazon store and you want to get a little kickoff going. Take your email list and throw them to Amazon. This is the power. This is the beauty. This is the 10xing your business with a strong email list. You didn't have an email list, you can't do it, right? So grow your email list and then start leveraging it to help you to make sales on other platforms. Coming in at number 4, Google Docs and Google Photos. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Can totally change your life. How many times have you been on Instagram or trying to post for Instagram and you're like, oh, I can't find the right picture, and it's just taking you forever? Upload all your pictures to Google Photo and you can push a picture of your head and it will pull up every single picture of your face in there. It is the craziest, creepiest, coolest, most time management saving thing I've ever used. And you can get it, I think it's like up to 15 gigabytes or something for free. I got a lot more pictures. And so I pay $10 a month for it, but I can go and I can find all pictures of Lucas, all pictures of Jared, all pictures of my dog. That's how creepy cool it is. And so if you're on Instagram and you're trying to find pictures and it's just like this black pit of, okay, be honest, how many pictures do you have on your phone? Yeah, I got over 33,000. I know, before you judge me, but if you judge me, I really don't care. Feel free to. I have a lot of pictures from when I went over to China. I would use my phone to take pictures of everything, all the products that I saw over there. So I bet there's about 10,000 family and 20,000 pictures of my manufacturers, products. But I can go in and find pictures way back when I just started taking pictures on my iPhone. And that was with Lucas was a baby. And I'm sad to say this, I really didn't take a lot of pictures of me. I was scared to take selfies. I thought that people would judge me. I know, I was so in my head. Nobody cares if I took pictures of me when I first got started. I can go back and see the pictures that I do have and then create some great content around that. So Google Drive, Docs, the whole Google family, it's such a gift. Thank you, Google. Thank you for making our lives more organized. Okay, so we talked about selling a story, not stuff. We talked about how to get Instagram followers to move the needle, how to drive traffic. I know, that one is so fun, to other platforms to help move the cha-ching needle a heck of a lot faster. We talked about how Google Docs and Photos are life-changing because you can post your products, your pictures so much faster to help you save a ton of time in your business. And then the last thing that I want to talk about, this is such a big needle mover, is manifestation. I know, hang on, it's not the woo-woo kind of manifestation. I'm talking about writing it down. Writing down what your goals are so that the universe knows what to deliver you, or God knows what to deliver you. You've got to let it out there. No, you don't have to do a podcast on it and tell the whole world what you want. Just write it on a piece of paper. I have been doing it for years, and it's fun to see what I've been able to accomplish, and motivating, sometimes a little discouraging for what I haven't been able to accomplish. Now, yes, of course, I push the discouragement away and then try and refocus on it and go forward with the new thing that I want to do for the next year. So if you listen to last week's podcast episode, one of the things that we're manifesting for 2021 is we want to give at least 10,000 microloans to small business owners through the helps of Hope International. We've loved Hope International. We loved working with them. And we hope that you get on board with this and start cheering this number on. We're going to start posting it and say, okay, we're at this number, we're at this number, we're at this number. Because what a huge celebration. We're not giving this out of, oh, look how cool Alison is. No, we're actually giving these microloans in the names of our students. And so our students can feel empowered knowing that they are helping another family or families while they're helping their own family. We thought this ripple effect would just be so incredibly powerful And so we put that out there. We are manifesting that by the end of 2021, we will have been able to give out 10,000 microloans. I'm pretty darn excited to call that one right now. All right, here's another thing. I don't know why it's in my head, and I've wanted it for a long time. I just get distracted a lot on it. I don't know what it is. I think I get distracted by the cream puffs and I don't know, sugar. But people who have the V in their arm. So imagine someone's shoulder and imagine the beautiful V that comes to a point before their bicep begins to bulge. I've always wanted a V in my shoulder, but I haven't quite developed I wouldn't say willpower, because willpower doesn't work. If you've ever read Benjamin Hardy, I haven't developed the plan or the execution to be able to stay consistent with it. I mean, sure, I'll do pretty well for a while and then I'll take off and then binge on whatever. Like last month, it was white chocolate chips. This month, it's been cream puffs. You guys, I swear. Now, I don't do this every day. I eat my veggies. I'm a pretty good clean eater, but I do have my binges. But I'm really trying to figure out. I keep manifesting the V arm, and I'm not going to give up on it. Another thing that I've manifested is 1 million podcast downloads, because you have been writing me some really life-changing stuff about how this podcast has changed your life. Some of the guests that I've brought on, how they've inspired you to start your business and grow your business. And so I was like, all right, how do we let other people hear more of these amazing stories? Like Ruth from a couple of weeks ago, Bev from a few months ago. There's so many voices and so many stories and so much that we can learn from other people. And I'm trying to figure out how to get us to 1 million downloads. We are approaching 200,000, which, woohoo, there's a little dance party going on there. So we have about 800,000 left to go, but I'm manifesting that. I'm putting that out into the world because I want it to happen, because I want voices that I bring on the podcast to be heard, because it changes lives. Okay, so once again, here are the 5 needle movers that happened not only in my business in 2020, but also in other my students. Number 1 is they're selling the story. Number 2, Instagram, get together, but whatever you're giving away, make sure they request it in your direct messages. And get ready, your direct messages can totally explode. It's a good marketing thing. All right. Use your email list to drive traffic to set up your Etsy store or your Amazon store. Email is always king. Google Docs and photos are life-changing, and then manifestation. All right, I just gave you the 5 needle movers from 2020. Now what I want to do is give you the top 10 things that I hope you took away from this podcast episode. Number 1, you got to solve a problem. Don't sell stuff. You got to solve a problem. Number 2, work with others. Yes, small business owners, they're looking to grow too. You're not going to pay anything for marketing when you're doing swaps with each other. Number 3, leverage the direct message feature to help get engagement up over on Instagram. Number 4, we're on number 4, manifest the heck out of what you want. Number 5, if your products aren't selling, what can you add as a way to bring in another trending thing that is happening? Like, for instance, I talked about the face masks. Face masks are laying everywhere, right? Think about a bigger way of how your product can help solve a problem. All right, number 5, build your email list to drive traffic to other sites, because email is always going to be your king and your queen. All right, number 7, manifesting your goals. Sit down, write them out. Please do that. Please let yourself, the world, the universe, God know what you want, because then things align for you to be able to accept them after you get to work. They don't come if you don't do the work. You got to do the work. Number 8, Google Docs. I know, singing the love language for Google Docs. Write it all down. Number 9, 2020 sales were really good to us, but I think 2021 is going to be better. And then number 10, if you haven't started, if you're not moving in your business, let's do this thing. It is a wide open space for you. It is craving you and your personality and what you bring to the table to offer it to the world. We've got this amazing gal, Michelle Malley. She is, oh my goodness, such an amazing cook. She used to bake cookies, and that was starting to wear her out. So she put together a cookbook, a recipe book of her top favorite cookie recipes. She is changing lives because how hard is it? Go on Pinterest. Start trying to bake someone else's famous cookies. More than likely, you're going to throw them in the trash, right? Michelle has been baking for so many years and can land you the most perfect, beautiful cookie. And she has put them all together for us. Does she charge for them? Yes. Should she charge for them? Heck, yes, she should, because she's putting value out into the world. If she gave it away for free, yet people wouldn't use it. But she's putting it out there into the world. Amazing recipe book. You can go check her out on the Kitchen Cookie Bakery. You can see what she's doing, how she's doing it. You can buy her recipe book, but she has a desire to cook. She was made to cook and bake, and she is doing that and serving people and is making a heck of a lot of money by doing that. So if you are a cooker or a baker, if you are a fashionista, if you are a problem solver, if you are an organizer, be you. The world needs you. Put it in a product and get it out there. I'm so grateful that you're showing up for these because I am cheering you on. I know how much I've seen how much lives change when people start getting into the e-commerce world. Is it like a light switch and it automatically happens? No, it's going to take some work. And I'm so grateful that you trust me to show you how to do this. All right, get out there, start your business, put money in your pocket. Why? Because you can. And I will see you on the next episode of Because I Can Live podcast. Talk to you later.